You can finally select your Shorts thumbnails directly in your browser. No more editing on desktop, uploading to Google Drive, downloading to your smartphone, opening the YouTube mobile app, uploading the shorts and then picking a frame as a thumbnail there. When you upload a short via the desktop studio, you can simply choose between 3 auto-generated frames or upload a thumb yourself, just like with long-form video. Or, and this is where it gets interesting, you can use the RStudio Get Suggestions button right below the thumbnail selection. With RStudio getting rolled out to more and more creators, this will be used more in the future. And to be fair, I've already seen an influx of thumbnails having a very AI-looky feel to them, which either means creators are using RStudio to create those thumbs, or at least concepts based on the video transcript. And while we all know this will get you mediocre results at best, I'm actually advocating to use this RStudio feature as a diagnostic tool. If you click the Get Suggestions button and RStudio spits out a concept that matches your video, like in this example, congratulations, YouTube has correctly indexed your semantic data. It knows what your video is about and can find the right audience for it. But if RStudio spits out absolute garbage that has nothing to do with your core message, you have a problem. If the AI doesn't understand your video, that means YouTube and therefore the recommendation algorithm won't understand it either. Use RStudio as your personal algorithm gauge. If it fails, you may want to rewrite your script and/or metadata. Have you tested this on your own channel yet? Did the RStudio AI correctly guess what your video is about, or did it completely miss the mark? Drop a comment down below right now. I'm genuinely curious on how well this model works across different channels and formats. While YouTube is giving you tools to trigger the algorithm, Twitch is throwing everything at the wall to fix their broken discovery. They just rolled out the perpetual free scrolling experience in the mobile app. It is full TikTokification. You open the app, you're immediately thrown into a vertical feed of live streams and clips. If you stream on Twitch, your clip strategy on other platforms is currently your primary growth engine these days. If you aren't exporting high retention vertical clips from your VODs, you simply will not exist in this ecosystem. But let's talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to Twitch discovery: ads. And yes, pre-rolls are poison for your discoverability. They act like a bouncer, turning people away before they even see your content. However, live streaming is incredibly expensive. You are broadcasting to thousands of people for free, or even worse, for no one. The servers have to be paid somehow. The current solution to avoid pre-rolls is running 3 minutes of mid-roll ads per hour manually. Once you train your audience to take a break, you can keep your front door wide open for all those new viewers coming from the mobile feed. But keeping the front door open doesn't matter if your target audience is literally blocked from seeing your content. Because Twitch also just rolled out parental controls for teen accounts between the ages of 13 and 17. Parents can now lock screen time, block whispers, and completely hide content labeled with sexual themes, gambling, drugs, or significant profanity. If your stream personality relies heavily on swearing, or if you regularly play mature-rated games, prepare for a sudden drop in your concurrent viewers. Anyway, that's all for this week. Subscribe for weekly creator news, and while you're still here, have you already watched the last episode? See you next week.